Alright, well, there's Kay. So we're... Okay, here she is. There's Taco, and there's Kay. Alright. Hello. I just literally got home from the date. It was exhausting. But I had a good time. So, the place I went to was called Frightland. Frightland is supposed to be a place where, kind of like the state fair, but they have this every year around Halloween time. I don't know how much we'll get. You won't get many videos for the video for the YouTube video I did for that tonight. First of all, that's what I want to mention first. Because there was 800 attractions, and out of all of those 8, I could not film anything. They don't allow phones or photos or flash photography. So if they see someone with a phone, they would take that shit away from you. They would literally take it away from you, and you won't get it back until the attraction was over. Yeah, and they had some of those, and I did actually see them in some of the attractions. There was actually cameras in there, so they were actually watching those cameras. Max saw what's going on. So obviously, I wish I could. I fucking wish I could. I couldn't, though. I did not want to risk getting my phone taken away, so it was dark in there anyway, so I'm going to talk more about that in the YouTube video that I did, or some of the clips that you will see. I'm going to talk more about that. But let's talk about the date right now. Let's talk about the date. So, we were originally going to meet at the fair, or the place itself, the fair itself. Instead, we met at her house. So I guess you could say it was kind of like a triple date, because it was her. It was her, and then her brother, and then her roommate. So basically it was a triple date. Taco, okay, this is the part where you need to get your tissues ready. So, this is actually the first time in probably, I don't know how many times. I don't even know when the last time I went out to something like this at nighttime. Because at the time, most of the stuff I would have to go to, I had to do it during the daytime, the conventions and stuff. Because I don't drive, but the only transportation I had at the time is actually my grandfather's. So I was actually invited to the Frightland thing with this young lady a few weeks ago. I wanted to take that opportunity because, let's face it, this was probably one of the worst years I've had so far, because I lost my mom back in March. Then 3 months later, I lost my uncle, committed suicide. And then I lost my cat a month later. That's pretty hard to deal with. 3 deaths in 1 year. That's really tough right there. So, when I was invited to this thing, especially something I've never been to, and especially the fact it was a girl that have asked me out, I'm like, I'm doing it. Although the place was pretty fucking expensive. It was $85 to get in. I'm like, I don't care. I'm taking this opportunity. I want to do this opportunity. I did the opportunity, and now I could cherish that opportunity for the rest of my life. And it felt pretty good. I would love to do it again. So, the home I'm at, I'm actually in a group home. It's a group home for people just like me, people with autism. That's the other thing I've learned about myself this year. I've been I started felt like lately I've been shutting down on not letting my other people know about it. Like, I let Taco know about it, I let Kay know about the autism. Of course, Jessica a ton again knew about it. And the other Jessica too. I don't know what it is about certain people I like why I like to hide that from certain people. So, they have one vehicle that they go. So that's how I was able to do this tonight. So it's a van, but it kind of like, how do I'm trying to explain this. So, back to my point. You know how like, when back in the day, like when you were a kid, you went on your first date or you had your crush, and your parents would be like gawking at you, and you're like, oh, back away, you're embarrassing me. Like that kind of moment. Anybody know what I mean by that? Oh, okay, yeah, everybody, you know what I mean by that. Alright. So one of my workers, who was driving the van, drops me off at the house, and I thought he already left. So of course it does, like, it's a regular van, but this kind of van, it goes beep, 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 beep. In a sort of way, I was thinking, oh my god, please don't let her hear this. Because I actually didn't even tell her that I was autistic. And I am, by the way, for everyone else that's joined. So, I thought they left, and I guess they tried calling me. Or my worker tried calling me. And he said, oh, am I good to go? And I said, oh, yeah, you're good to go. So apparently he was still there. And he made that noise. He was making that noise with the van, and he left. I'm like, oh my god, please don't have her see it. Please don't have her see it. Please don't have her see it. And of course, she saw the vehicle leave. She's like, oh wait, did they needed me for something? I'm like, oh no. That was just, I was like, oh, I just Ubered here. Yeah, I kind of fibbed. I was very nervous at that time to, like, get into what was really going on. It's not easy telling people that you're in a group home and that's the kind of setting you're living in. It's just kind of like hard. The friend I've been hanging out with for years, my coworker and friend, I've been going to the movies with for the past 4 years now. Basically, I've been going to the movies with him for 4 years. He knows I didn't tell him that. I guess my supervisor told him that I was in a group home. So So I'm just, when he saw, like, kind of like what the house looked like, I'm like, oh, shoot, he's confirmed what my lifestyle is really like now. Just trying to keep that, away from him. But I learned something again from that last night. Because I went and saw the Black Phone too with him last night. He kind of like dealt with the same stuff I'm going through. Your parents don't want you leaving. Parents complaining about you leaving, so stuff like that. So he kind of gets it. Anyway, back to the point of my story with the date. So she I think she knew that I was lying, that it wasn't an Uber, because she was like, oh, you Ubered. I'm like, yeah. And then, I can't remember what else she said, but right as she ended the conversation, she's like, oh, you don't have to be afraid about your disabilities. My roommate has disabilities too. Right when she said that, I'm like, damn, I feel so bad that I said that. And I just kind of felt like I had to be open with this girl if I'm going to keep... Deep down inside, I feel like maybe she actually understood me. And that's why she So it turns out that she's someone who's not judgmental. I did actually tell her the truth later on before I left. I was like, I gotta be honest with you. It wasn't my Uber. It wasn't an Uber. I kind of like told her what was really going on. And I kind of explained my life to her, and I kind of felt a little bit better. She was like, Peyton, you don't have to hide that from me. I get it. I understand. It turned out her roommate, that she stays with, used to work for people with disabilities. Also, as a matter of fact, the girl that I went on a date with, it turns out her mom was actually the supervisor for residential homes for people with disabilities. So it kind of felt a lot better that I did not need to hide that anymore. And her best friend was autistic. So, I guess I learned something from this experience tonight. I mean, do I have to hide my true self to everyone? Do I have to hide the diagnosis? Do I have to do that to everyone? I mean, I'm not saying, I have to go up to random people like, oh, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this, but... I think that's what I learned. That's what I learned tonight. Just to be honest, And I think I felt better after I was just kind of honest and just okay, yeah, that's why. I even told her why. I was like, I said I didn't tell you because I was just afraid you would judge me. And she's like, I am not a judgmental person. That's okay. And up. It gets better though. We might possibly be going to Ocean City Beach next summer. That's a sneak peek. Possibly. I don't know yet. I don't know yet, Taco. I don't know yet. But they've been talking. So, we may get a sequel. So, hopefully. We'll see where this goes. I mean, I had fun. I had such a blast with this. She kissed me on the cheek. She kissed me on the cheek. Okay. So we went. I'm going to post pictures. I posted some pictures on my Facebook and Instagram. But I'll post like a little slideshow or something. But we were there. We got some food. Went on bumper cars and so there was like this section of like so no, let me talk about the attractions. So there was like a hayride kind of like thing. So all these attractions, like I said, you cannot film at all. But it's really hard to kind of like get in detail because a lot of shit happens in these things. So, but there was kind of like this one section. It was kind of like, I think it was called the graveyard. And it was I really wish I had something like this on video but of course I couldn't. So there was like a section where you go inside this haunted house. There was like a ghoul or like someone in a clown mask or something, and I'm screaming my ass off because the dude, one of the actors, apparently they're allowed to like grab you or touch you, and one of the dudes, the actor is like grabs my hoodie, and I'm screaming, oh my god, he's gonna help me, he's gonna kill me, he's gonna kill me, he's gonna kill me. I'm screaming for my girl. Oh my god, freak attack there. I was kind of shocked too because I didn't even know they were allowed to do that. So, well, I'm just talking. I don't know what to say. Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna say homegirl for right now until I see if this is official, because I don't know yet. But yeah, as the thing, or that second, this was the second attraction. As the second attraction was over, she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, that freaked me out for a sec. She's like, "Hold my hand. If you get afraid, hold my hand." And I did. We held hands during the scary parts. So, that was kind of a cool moment. Yeah. But that's all I have to really say. Expensive place, but I had a good damn time. And like I said, I am gonna up. There is some videos gonna be up because it wasn't just the scare attractions. There were actually carnival rides as well that I got on video. So there's not a lot of footage. So but I'm gonna upload whatever I got. So because again, I could not record anything from there because like they were really like strict on cameras, it was like it was like literally impossible to try to even hide it, because there was like there literally were cameras in these attractions, because I've seen them. I've seen some of the cameras inside like the attraction buildings. They said that because they were saying that on each attraction, no video photography, or we are recording at all times, and they really were, because I did see them. There you go, there's my story. So, I don't know when I'm gonna, probably tomorrow morning. Tomorrow when I wake up, I'll probably upload the Fright Night video. So, because I'm exhausted. I mean, these kind of things, like if you've been to carnivals, especially at nighttime, I mean, you can get exhausted with the walking around. I mean, especially, conventions too, because conventions, you're walking around constantly. Like, conventions, like, especially, like, the last convention I was at, like, that exhausted the hell out of me. And I didn't stay for the whole wrestling thing, because I was, like, hot, and I didn't bring my hat with me, But this one, there was a lot of walking, so I'm not as exhausted as, like, when I did that convention, but, yeah. But I hope you guys, loved my, story. I'm still gonna upload this one anyway, since, even though, I've already had the main 2 people watching. Just, also kind of hoping to get the whole story on video for all the Peyton Snay fans like Taco who wants to come back and watch the video in the future. So, alright. Have a good night, everyone. Subscriber too, well, thank you for subscribing.